So, hello, once again, we are the Absolute Alchemy interns, and as we said, we are a part of the Absolute Alchemy family, and we are here today on our last event. We are incredibly honored that we were given this opportunity to share our views on some of the many topics that we care about, and we want to spread awareness. So,
Hi Ines, hi Camille, how are you?
finding you.
I'm great, and you Camille?
Great, it is good to see you.
So I don't know if any of you have heard about the imposter syndrome, but I wanted to share what I found out about it because I think a lot of people suffer from it, but they do not understand. And I think that they are embarrassing. It's just a self-confidence and self-doubt when in fact it's a real issue that we can try with therapy and or host therapy.
Yes, so imposter syndrome refers to an internal experience of believing that you are not as competent as others perceive you to be. While this definition is usually narrowly applied to intelligence and achievement, it has links to perfectionism and the social context.
To put it simply, imposter syndrome is the experience of feeling like a funny. You feel as a fraud at any moment you are going to find out as a fraud, like you do not belong where you are, and you only got there through dumb luck. You can affect anyone, no matter their social status, work background, skill level, and a degree of expertise.
We should say to everyone that sees this video that this is a safe place, and if they want more information or if you are struggling right now, you can talk with us through all Absolute Alchemy platforms or seek help with a trust friends or family member or through some specialist therapists.
Yes, so some of the common signs of imposter syndrome include self-doubt, an inability to realistically assess your competence and skills, attributing your success to external factors, berating your performance, fear that you will not live up to expectations, overachieving, sabotaging your own success.
This is so helpful. I really hope that everyone that sees this video learns that they are valuable. We are not experts, but I think it is safe to say that the three of us often feel that we are not as available as the others around us.
Yeah, so for me, this syndrome manifested more when I was at school. For instance, when I finish exams, I always get out of the classroom feeling that I'm going to fail, but sometimes the grade is not as bad, like they are above average. And I always think that I just got lucky. I never value my work. I don't know if this happens with you since you are still in school.
Yes, it's happened to me all the time, but I never associate it with a syndrome or as a mental health questions.
Yeah, so I just wanted to quickly share with you some types of imposter syndrome. So just let's take a look. And so the first one is the perfectionist. Perfectionists are never satisfied and always feel that their work could be better. Rather than focus on their strengths, they tend to fixate on any flaws or mistakes. This often leads to a great deal of self-pressure and a high amount of anxiety. The superhero, because these individuals feel inadequate, they feel compelled to push themselves to work as hard as possible. Then there's the expert. These individuals are always trying to learn more and they are never satisfied with their level of understanding. Even though they are often highly skilled, they underrate their own expertise. The natural genius, these individuals set excessively lofty goals for themselves and then feel crushed when they don't succeed on their first try.
The soloist. These people tend to be very individualistic and prefer to work alone. Self-worth often stems from their productivity, so they often reject offers of assistance. They tend to see asking for help as a sign of weakness or incompetence. So, like we said, we are not experts, but we can try to give you some types, such as acknowledge your emotion. Try to fully accept your emotional experience, and remind yourself that feelings are not always an accurate representation of reality. If it helps, reflect on your feeling by writing them down and try to identify why you feel like an imposter. Be realistic about your strengths and weaknesses. Although it's cliche, it's true that we are all good at something, but no one is good at everything. Understand your skill and reflect on your strengths and weaknesses. This can help you build confidence in the skills you are especially strict for.
Overcome your perfectionism. You may have a perfectionist habit that you need to slowly break. For example, take regular breaks, days off, and use relaxation techniques to calm down your anxiety. Remember that mistakes are natural and inevitable part of life.
Yeah, I know there are some very nice apps for helping you relax and calm you down when you are feeling anxious, like Calm app, Headspace, and Insight Timer. I have used them all, and it really helped me a lot.
Please talk to others. You may feel like you are the only one who feels this way, but that is not the case. Watch out to trust friends and tell them how you have been feeling like an imposter. You may be surprised to find out that they feel that way too sometimes. Also, they can give you a reality check about your accomplishment and competence.
To me, it is the same. I didn't know if you heard of horse therapy, especially you, Anaïs, since horse therapy is one of your patients.
No, please tell us more about it.
Animals can offer an extraordinary amount of emotional support beyond the pet owner relationship that many of us have lovingly experienced. Animals are sometimes used in therapeutic settings to help clients navigate challenging emotional experience.
Yeah, I have heard about it, but what is equine therapy? Sorry.
What I'm understanding, equine assisted psychotherapy, including horses into the therapy process. People engage in activities such as grooming, feeding, and landing a horse will be surprised by a health metal professional.
Yeah, I think that equine assisted therapy is growing in popularity due to its experimental approach and some Borgian evidence of its effectiveness. And from read, while I searched about it very quickly, I found out that there are a variety of terms used to describe or reference equine assisted psychotherapy, including equine assisted mental health, equine assisted counseling, equine facilitated psychotherapy, equine assisted therapy.
The last term, equine-assisted therapy, can also often refer to other forms of therapy where horses are used, such as with operational therapy. There is a particularly good therapy for helping also with imposter syndrome.
I did not realize that, but it is.
Yeah, me neither, but I guess without knowing it, we share the benefits of horse therapy.
I guess it's true.
Yes, so I just wanted to leave here some organizations that are specializing in equine therapy in the UK, but as well as in France and in Portugal, since we are from there. They are the Leap Equine organization in the UK, Equinox Horse Riding Center in France, and AHPV in Portugal.
And I understand that for many people might not like animals or it is just too expensive, but there are many affordable therapies such as hippotherapy and meditation or yoga. The list goes on and on.
Thank you so much for this conversation. I think this type of topics are always very important to discuss because we all need help sometimes, and there is no shame to assuming that.
Yes, that is absolutely right. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope we helped, or at least we raised awareness about this topic with our last topic of our 3 events.
Thank you so much, and it was great. Bye.
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 Follow us.